Hello learners, I hope you all are doing good. So today we are going to start a new chapter of political science, which is confronting marginalization. In the previous chapter, we have read about two different groups, how they have experienced the inequality and discrimination, and though they are powerless, such group fought, protest, and struggle against being excluded or dominated by others. They have attempted to overcome their situation by adopting a range of strategies in their long history. They are practicing everything that they improve their self, they educate their self, they economically uplift their self, and the choice of struggle has depend on the circumstances that the marginalized find themselves in. And now in this chapter, we will read about some of the way in which the group and individual challenge exist inequality that Adivasi, Dalit, Muslim, women and other marginalized group argue that simply by being citizen of a democratic country, they possess equal right that must be respected, and many among them look up to the constitution to address their concern. In this chapter, we will see why the constitution of India is something that marginalized group invoke in the course of their struggle. As part of this, we will look at how rights are transferred into laws to protect group from continuous exploitation, and we will also look at the government efforts to formulate policies to promote access of these group to development. And now we are going to study invoking fundamental rights. Now the constitution lay down the principle that make our society and polity democratic. They are defined and through the fundamental rights that are an important part of the constitution. These rights are available to all Indians equally. As far as marginalization is concerned, they have drawn on rights in two ways. First one is by instating on fundamental right. They have forced the government to recognize the injustice done to them, and secondly, they have insisted that the government enforce these laws. In some instance, that struggle of marginalized has influenced the government to frame new laws in keeping with the spirit of the fundamental rights. And now we are going to study those rights. The first one is article number 17. Article number 17 of constitution state that untouchability has to be avoided and abolished. No one can prevent Dalit from educating themselves, entering into temple, using public facility and etc. That no one can stop that person. It also means that it is wrong to practice untouchability, and that this practice will not be tolerated at all. Yeah, and by a democratic government. In fact, untouchability is punishable crime now. That if anyone is practicing untouchability, that fellow is also going to punish. They have to pay some monetary punishment, and they also have to go to jail for that also. And there is another article called article number 15. You have also seen a movie about it. Yeah. So article number 15 of the constitution notes that no citizen of India shall be discriminated against on the basis of religion, their race, their caste, their sex, or a place of birth. This has been used by Dalit to seek equality where it has been denied to them. And now, therefore, Dalit can invoke a fundamental right in situation where they feel that they have been treated badly by some individual or a community or even by a government. They have drawn the attention of government of India to the constitution, demanding that the government abide by it and do justice to them. And likewise, other minority group has drawn on fundamental rights section of our constitution. They have particularly drawn upon the right to freedom of religion and culture and educational right. And in the case of culture and educational rights are denied, they can simply go to court and demand those rights. Thus, by granting different group of cultural rights, the constitution tried to ensure culture justice to every group, and the constitution does this so that the culture of these group is not dominated nor wiped out by the culture of majority community. And now laws for marginalized, there is a laws for those who are marginalized. And why there is that law? The government make law to protect its citizen, yet this is not the only way in which it take action. There are specific laws and policies for the marginalized in our country. There are policies or scheme that emerge through other means, like setting up a community or by undertaking a survey, etc. The government then make an effort to promote such policies in order to give opportunity to a specific group. And now, how promoting social justice, how government is providing social justice, we are going to study that. As part of their efforts to implement the constitution, both state and central government create specific scheme for implementation in tribal areas or in the area that have a high Dalit population. And for example, the government provide for free or subsidized hotel for student of Dalit and Adivasi community so that they can avail of education facility that may not be available in their locality. Now, in addition to providing certain facilities, they are also taking a step so that the inequality may end. Now, how they are doing that? There is one such law or a policy known as a reservation policy. आपने इस चीज के बारे में बहुत सारी बातें सुनी होंगी, पढ़ी होंगी. Now we are going to study that what do we mean by reservation policy. Yeah. So the law which reserve seats in education and government employment for Dalit and Adivasi are based on important argument that in a society like ours, where for centuries section of the population have been denied opportunity to learn and to work in order to develop new skills or vocation, a democratic government need to step in and assist this section. From centuries that is going to continue, that a particular section and a particular caste is not good, getting an opportunity to learn new things, to do something new. The opportunities are not created for that section. So government is doing what? They are creating an opportunity for those people. How does this reservation policy work now? Government across India have their own list of scheduled caste or Dalit or scheduled tribe and backward and most backward castes. The central government too has its list, and students applying to education institution and those applying for a post in government are expected to furnish proof of their caste or tribe status in the form of caste and tribe certificates. And if a particular Dalit caste or a certain tribe is on the government list, then the candidate from that caste or tribe can avail of benefit of reservation. And now for admission to college, especially to institute of professional education such as medical college, government defined a seat, a cutoff marks. Now हर कोई जो इस कम्युनिटी से बिलोंग करता है, they can't go to medical and wherever they want to go. This means that not all Dalit and tribe candidate can qualify for admission, yeah, but only those who have done responsibly well and secured marks above the cutoff point. Government also offer special scholarship for these students. इसका क्या मतलब बनता है कि only those people who have scored above a cutoff marks are able to go into that institute. अगर cutoff रखा गया है कि जो इस particular caste से belong करते हैं, if they scored 60 marks in that paper, 60% in that paper, then they are allowed, तो उनको allow किया जाएगा. So we are ending this part of our video here. Thank you.